academics. Two is that the 100 students who have come, for example, they will bring in money. The economic language of this city will not remain the same because of this public status. Because I believe next year we are likely to have 200 students of government scholarship. Our intake shall also increase, and therefore the community is benefiting from this public university because there are students who have been yearning moving environment. So allow me extend our challenges that we are meeting at the guild body today. Thank you very much, our dear Dean. For the interest of time, I believe what I will present, everyone here is going to present it. But before maybe I leave it for you, you'd also allow me express on major concerns. MMU takeover, we had expectations as students. But when we came, one, we hoped that since Rezo region is a region where we are still struggling to move from the poor to go to the takeoff stage or to the economy of money. We expected that tuition would slightly come down. But up to date, as I speak, our tuition did not neither low down by 1,000 coin or 100. Then the other important aspect is on functional fees, which are part of the tuition. We pay functional fees, but if you scrutinize as a Christian, not even as a politician, but as a Christian, you find that our functional fees are not practical. When I talk of practical, you pay 50,000 for Wi-Fi. But as I speak now, the Wi-Fi bandwidth, you cannot access it here. Then maybe, lastly, I'll leave others for you to bring them forward. The other point is that as students, for us to sing Heights for Progress and represent, indeed go and make an impact change to this community, we need practical education. When I talk of why functional fees are not practical, scientists pay for practical fees. But when you visit our laboratories in public health, those who do physics in Faculty of Education, they are that we need a lot to improve. Students pay for health, and we expect that our clinics should be improved. But sometimes a student will go there and receive little dose, I may say. We really need such things to be improved. And our chair council, for the interest of time, the dean is telling me, my fellow students, don't just say that maybe they are saying me I should go without talking about such issues, but he's simply telling me that time is there and you express all your views. So thank you very much for listening to me. And one I cannot wind up without saying this. Today I was not happy with you, my fellow students. The reason being, this meeting of having this honor to meet the council was at 10. But I would meet my fellow students, say, let us go to the arena. And they say, there are two who asked me, is there lunch? As the youth, you listen. This is the avenue for us to express our challenges. And I believe this council here is going to put into consideration whatever will be mentioned here. But as the youth who are supposed to take over this country, tomorrow you'll find you are the vice chancellor, because as you can see his age, it is you who will be there next time. Therefore, let us try to be constructive, because it was a platform to express our view. Let us not always think on the other issue that wherever you go, you need to be facilitated. Today we are glad as Mountains of the Moon, this council requested that they want to meet us. It implies that they have a positive change for us. They want to listen from us so that they can go and implement all our challenges. Then lastly, my fellow youth, please, I'm sorry, they say we are politicians. We have many clubs here, like Patriotism Club, Pan-Africanism and Youth Agenda. We have Debate Club, Charity Club, Mentorship Club, Human Rights Club, to mention but a few. But you students, you are there, you are not engaged to come and participate in these clubs. And at the university is a center of debate. As we go outside there, you shall never meet these platforms. I will end up by saying that all the cadres, we have the Agenda 2063 and the Vision 2040. And the MMU has Vision 2030, that you'll meet good things here. I believe the council will tell us that. So, thanks for progress, for God and my country.
Yes, let's give another one to the Gary President. And also to me, who is the father of the Gary President. You can see my son is very, very eloquent. And yeah, why I was telling him, in the interest of time, there is a question and answer session where we shall have most of those issues addressed. I was not hindering him from, okay? Yeah, it's not good to hinder problems. It is good to solve problems. Okay. Having introduced the guild and gotten the remarks, there is this constituency which the game president forgot to introduce. Now, these are our beloved students, the male and female students of this university. So, salutations, I have introduced you. Not so? Okay. On our agenda, on our program, right now, we are going to receive brief remarks from the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, Professor JMK. Professor, you're welcome.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. I'll be brief. This is my welcome as Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs today. I want also to observe protocol. The Chairman and members of the Council, the Vice Chancellor, Mountains of the Moon University, Professor Pius Achanga, Amoti, the University Secretary, Dr. Mwantadambe, though absent, we know is with us. The Bursar, Mountains of the Moon University. I hope before we break, you'll be here so that you can be introduced. We know is a new person. The deans of faculties and heads of departments, they are assembled. The directors and librarian Mountains of the Moon University, esteemed members of the support staff, the president of the Student Guild, his cabinet and the General Representative Council, the students and invited guests. It gives me great pleasure and joy to welcome you to the first ever meeting of the University Authority, that's the University Council, the top and middle management of the university, the academic staff, and our esteemed support staff together as one community, as one family of Mountains of the Moon University. We are a big family. Let's give ourselves a good clap. I thank God for willing this assembly and greet you in the mighty name of our Lord, the Jesus Christ. On behalf of the University community and on my own behalf, I want to recognize our honorable chair and the members of the council, all the managers and teachers and directors and support staff of this university for their special contribution to the university governance, routine management, teaching, learning and research, and other functional challenges they have met, they have experienced running this university. I am happy to report that through your concerted efforts and diligent work, the university is on a steady course of progress. The University Council is in full control and in charge through policy formulations of the university for the university's major business. The university student population has appreciated to 2,554 people. This to me is a sign of progress. Our academic programs on offer stand at 56, but more popularly demanded ones are also needed. In total, we have 197 academic staff with 92 full-time and 105 part-time. These are implementing these programs at all levels. We have a budget of over 40 billion shillings per annum to cover the non-wage, the wage bill, and capital expenditures. So to me, the university should be stable in running our academic programs as a public university. We should fill up. All our students, local, national, and even international, are greatly appreciated for they directly contribute to the financial support of the university. They pay tuition fees, etc., which in the past was averaged at 68% of the annual university budget. So you will continue to be a very important sector of the university, even if it has turned to public university. This is where I am asking the deans of faculties, the heads of departments, and the ARACs as part of middle management to handle the students with utmost professionalism and special customer care because of their importance in the university. As a public university, now we also have started hosting very important and responsible students, including state ministers and other incognito but very important person categories. They are here. You won't see them. They are not as proud as those who should do what may be seen and what, but let's be careful. They are here with us. So please watch out as we are being watched on how we are doing things in the new university status. Mr. Chairman and members of the council, my dear colleagues in administration and all other staff and students of MMU, also allow me at this juncture to propose a very big thank you to the initiators of the MMU golden idea, the concept, and the project in 2002. These include the Pioneer Board of Directors and the Governing Council in 2005, all political leadership of the Toro Regional region who supported the golden idea, and the members of the Kabarole Research Center, KRC, who should be recognized for their big hearts and the generosity in the support of MMU in infancy for providing higher education in the Toro Regional region. We at Mountains of Moon University now cannot thank the historical ladies and gentlemen for their various contributions and support to MMU project. The MMU project was carefully planned, discussed, and nurtured throughout the 16 years of steady and peaceful growth to the great public university we are being proud of today. Our university has always been an organized, peaceful, and progressive university because it follows established systems, is based on strict and enabling policies, manuals, regulations, guidelines, charters, and constitutions, etc., with capable people to implement them. In total, we have over 42 in number, which are operational, although some are still under scrutiny for updating before approval by the University Council. I am encouraging all of us to read and internalize these university governing laws and regulations. You can't afford to ignore them. It is your individual responsibility to know them in relation to the management of your faculties, departments, and the participation in various specialized university committees, activities, and representations. It is absolutely needed to know your rights at MNU and your freedoms, and of course, limits regarding your total environment of work, responsibilities, personal behaviors, and avoidance of unexpected problems. Honorable Chair of the University Council and members, we at the university, management, all staff and students have the needed capacities in the knowledge, skills, innovativeness, and generally youthful staff to work as expected of us to make MMU a great and a coveted world-class university in the Torres region and Uganda in general. Now that we are guaranteed government support and interventions and enhancing status of public university, we should feel challenged to make MMU scale even greater heights for progress. Thank you for your audience, and God bless you all. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm being reminded at a critical time like this, I'm extremely excited to invite my boss, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Pius Coxwell Achanga, who has done so much for this university, not only being the chair of the task force, but even behind the scenes. You know, this is the guy who stays in Kampala at the helm of approving things that make universities tick in Uganda. And I can count ourselves as extremely so very lucky to have convinced such a busy man on the top of it in academics, supervision at the National Council for Higher Education, to be so humble and agree to come and serve our delicate university at this time. Delicate in a sense that we are still transiting. Some of us are still slumbering. I think in the into the real public university status or expectations of work, attitudes and challenges. But he's here. It will be quicker. This transition of the physical institution is okay, fine, fast, but there is the transition of the mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm requesting you, staff, students, everyone, even our partners out there, they should have a changed mind on the values, the benefits we should get from this changed institution, which was formerly private, now turned public. So we expect that. It is my individual pleasure and duty now to invite our Vice Chancellor to address us. Thank you very much.
Mukama Simwe Amoti, for those I really appreciate your kindness. I know you did it. For the chair of council, your members, in the interest of time, permit me to observe protocol. So I be brief. And I've been, the Vice Chancellor and I have agreed that I am brief in the role I'm meant to be doing to welcome you. So, Chair, Council, and your members, I stand here with humility, but with excitement that you could accept with your very dedicated, hardworking, busy people running the state, nation building to converge and make this very important constituent of a university system, the students. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the ecology of any training institution, let it be a university, has some construct. You have the government or the founders for the idea. You have government funding, and government could fund, and then there's this impressive runway, and then there are no students, so it's not a university. So without yourselves, this university cannot run. And I count myself with the team, with council, on their behalf, to have very wonderful men and women of this repute. Mr. Gill President moved me, and I must say that as we hold the way in several this university as public, we will have open doors. Bring those very interesting words, let's discuss it, let's make it institutionalized. By all accounts, I know this is the first time I stand here to address the students' body in this context, and also to a large extent, it's the first that this council is doing it, but it is going to be gradual and continuous because the busy people, there's not much time, but we want to have a communication linkage so that issues are not accumulated and unleashed, but issues are listened to. Mr. David Katete says you don't hinder them, you have to listen to them, and therefore you then find solutions. Chair, council, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen, God is really good. And it does his wonders in different ways. That's why we're healthy, all of us. That's why you have very motivated staff, dedicated to yourself. And that's why you have a council which is focused into transforming this university. I am indeed really proud. And such is the motivation to be part of this very bright future. I must say that if we accept that God gives the way, then nothing is impossible. But what is critical also, it is the spirit, it is the intention, it is the motivation. What is it that we need? The other week, I think it was 4th, I happened to have been privileged chair, you're aware, to have been invited to a travel to Belgium to attend the graduation of our own, Dr. Kirstana. This gentleman has just defended his PhD in a very, very rich area, assessing the behavior of soil content within this region in terms of humidity, the absorption of the various acids, so that the soil is fertile. Doctor, I think you can spray there, you know what we are. But it was so exciting that this didactic context of the research, the defense and rigor motivated the sponsors, and they have an open check for him to get a postdoctoral study for research for the next 10 years. How wonderful that is. And what I did do, because they want him to go to Germany, where they donated equipment for him to do research. He tells them on my next flight home back to Uganda. This country, this university is blessed. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, sir. So this is what we want, this story, John. This is the story we want, Chair, to support you and your team to bring the success story committedly in all contexts. It is never easy. Nothing starts and runs. A little baby is born, they crawl, eventually they learn to walk. And this is where we are. So we should appreciate all these dynamics. Makerere University celebrated its 100 years on the 6th. From 1922, if you talk to those who were lucky to be there, they were in buildings such as those, around the Katanga and so on. But now it's impressive, it takes time. As long as the intention is there, as long as we believe in what we want, as long as we support the council and government, I think nothing is impossible. And therefore, this university is set for the right course. Just to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, that by July 1st, as Professor Kaserene states, government took over this university and systems are beginning to be found out. It is started by the appointment of the governing council near complete because the law provides who should be that council. But I should say there are other representatives like the student body, but student bodies come with policies that enables you to elect yourself and come in. And this council, as the chair will tell you, is committed. It will ensure that these are addressed and so the representation of students at the earliest available time. The university is accountable, and therefore they must have systems that if it's queried, it explains. In terms of our representation, these are the bodies we have. It has got a Senate, which is in progress. We will continue to get representatives, policies are being passed, a Senate Secretary. It has a faculty board, which is functional. It has departmental board functional, and all these representatives required, whether these students will come in the shortest possible time. And of course, other associations, staff association, the policies need to, we are lucky to have a high court judge in our system. And the idea is not to kind of suffocate, but to get systems that support, systems that will support the running of the university in a very complementary manner in all areas of operations. So, ladies and gentlemen, transition is happening well, but it is true, like any other thing else in life, there will be challenges. And the challenges that we have is about space. We're adding more staff, students will come, but where do they sit? And Dr. Ben Manyindo, having developed a big system at the Standard Bureau, is not going to rest. That's the beauty we have, but we must support him. Let's not have our challenge here of space. Instead of the gentleman waking up to run to finance to see what he should do, the first call is here from the press is that things are collapsing. It gives people their weakness to support. But I have no doubt that we are all set towards the same direction, and together we shall. What did also what I would like to state is there is the issue of transport. You struggle to reach this place, but this is being planned for. We have budgeted, thank you, Geoffrey, the commissioner in the finance, to facilitate our budget proposal. We will have transport systems that will enable our staff and students move to and fro. And therefore, there's nothing like I can move at night, that it is raining. And if you have a university bus, for example, Professor Kaserene and the librarian and ourselves in management will consider the idea of extension of time of opening of the library. Because now, if you tell somebody to stay up to 9 p.m. and then they must walk down, you are endangering their life, and we are accountable to your security. But if you have transport, some of these things should happen. And I think that's the sense of direction we have. So all these challenges, students and staff, they've been very supportive. We will have a solution. We're working collectively to find solutions in how to do them. So on behalf of management and my own behalf, I pledge to work for you students with total commitment for our council and by extension all those who support us to enable that you remain faithful to God as students and staff of this university. That you're working hard in your studies because that's the primary reason you're here. But that you're also enjoying your time here. Because there's no better time to be a student. After you pass that enjoyment, most probably you'll never find time to be more comfortable. So the time here spent during your tenure as students should be remarkable. There must be events, extracurricular events that we will support. And please support us. Where there's needs, we have the 14th graduation coming, the first of its kind in a public dispensation. Where you're called upon to support, please do what you're doing now. Don't first ask, as His Excellency say, where is the lunch before I come? Please, you're called to serve, and by all means serve. I thank you so very much, and high for progress. Thank you very much. And with those few welcome remarks, it's now my singular honor, privilege, and pride to invite our very own dear Chair of Council, none other than Engineer Dr. Ben Manyindo. Please come and address the constituent of your university.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Mmu. I have very long remarks. So those of you who are thinking for lunch, you will bear with me. But I have a package for you this morning, and I just want to beg your indulgence that we stay a little bit to listen. And also, I'm very keen to getting and learning from you how this university should be running. Because as already mentioned, you are a very big, someone actually mentioned you are the primary stakeholders of this university. Before I make my speech, I want to invite Justice Kiki Kiza Dan as chairperson of the Student Committee of Council to come and share with you a few of his thoughts as we progress here at the university.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I always praise the Lord because He lives in me and He directs my footsteps every day. The chair, my colleagues on the council, the VC and the PVC, the team, the cabinet of the guild, and His Excellency the President, and your cabinet, my constituency, the students. It's my singular pleasure to stand before you today. I never forgot the staff because they are very vital. Me, I'm called Justice Kizadan, Emeritus, and I'm serving on this council by appointment of the Ministry of Education. I also never campaigned for the appointment, but I was identified, and I found myself here. And during our council meeting, the first one which we held, we have various committees. The chairperson will eventually tell you. I was appointed to be the chair of the students' welfare, discipline, gender, and equality or equity committee of the council. So you can see I'll be dealing largely with
the president and his constituency, which is also my constituency, and the team, the administration, and the staff, both high level, middle, and essential ones. They can say the lower ones, but the essential ones also. We shall be dealing with the students' affairs. It's a two-way traffic. We shall be listening. I have committee members. Those committee members will come to meet them when I meet you as a committee. So I will arrange the top management and the team and the president of the guild so that we hold the meetings from time to time to identify not only problems but things, opportunities open to you within the confines of discipline, in the confines of your welfare, in the confines of gender and equity. We shall deal with those when the time comes. What I ask you as students to consult, talk, discuss, agree, disagree, but if we talk before embarking on some unwelcome and explosive situations, which might be very unwelcome both to you and to the nation and our parents at home, the parents who have invested a lot from when the time you're in nursery up to this stage, when the parents are looking at you as a success in their efforts to upgrade the welfare of their families, irrespective of whether the family is really well to do or struggling. Whether a parent is rich or poor, the parents invest a lot in students, in their children, and they take pride. Because for me, I have students, I have those who have passed through who are already working, but whenever my children attain something in education, a higher level of education, I feel very proud. And I always tell them that I'm proud of you. When I'm invited on a graduation day, sit in the tent of parents and look at your name among those people who have made it. When they read your name, I cheer them. I feel happy. So I call upon all of you, students, to concentrate on your academics first. That's the first thing which brought you here. Remember, all of us passed through what you passed through. All of us went to universities as you are doing now. There were hardships throughout, but the main goal of a student is to attain academic excellency. There is always a hope from even yourself. When you see you are driving, or when I drive a beautiful car, you see, I can digress a little.
Chairman, I'm sorry, can request, we can talk about mission. I have an old Mercedes Benz at home, an old one. When I'm driving it, I feel very happy. I say now, my parents paid actually my school fees. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. It's an achievement. I'm not being arrogant, but it's a fact. It's a fact that when you achieve something, you really thank your parents who did it, because without their school fees and the participation, I wouldn't have been what I am today. So I appeal to you, think first your achievements, personal achievements. Then think of other things as they go away. In law, we call it of the dicta. It is something outside, but it's connected with it, but not the essential part of it. Again, I want to appeal to you. I'm open for discussion on any issue which actually is affecting your welfare, gender, and equity in whatever we do. Before you take drastic actions, please, there must be some standard where you pass through. You have your guild, you have your president, the chain of command, you can always discuss these matters. They can go to the administration. They discuss. Some matters can actually end there. If need be, it can come past our committee. We are mature people, responsible people, we shall listen. Nobody is going to sit on you. Although I'm a judge officer, but I'm not here as a judge. I'm not be judging anybody. It's not a court. Our committee is not a court. It's not a court, so don't fear. But we are there, listen to one another. But at the same time, where are many demands? Let them be reasonable demands in the circumstances. Because otherwise, if wishes, if we were horses, everybody would be riding. But be realistic in the circumstances of the new institution. It has just started. Please be patient. If the administrators explain to you the situation, kindly consider it first. Discuss the pros and the cons, and then move on. I prefer consensus. We are not going to be dictators to you, but also don't be unreasonable in the demands. So that actually we look at what we have, because mostly it's financial. You know the budget, but there are so many items which have to be covered in that area. I thank you for listening to me. We shall discuss more in detail concerning ourselves, and then we shall talk more where I'll explain the functionalities of our committee. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you very much, Justice. My fellow council members present, the Vice Chancellor, Mountains of the Moon University, management and staff of the university, the student leadership, the guild president and your team, the students of the mountains of the Mmu University, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Allow me in a special way to thank the management of the university for organizing this interaction between the University Council members with the students. Stakeholders engagement is very important in business dynamics as it provides an opportunity to discuss, harmonize, and address expectations of parties geared at building a strong institution. I would like to further thank you students and your sponsors for choosing Mountain of the Mmu University to develop your career and contribute to national development. Education may be described as the process of preparing oneself to meet the challenges of life through acquisition of relevant knowledge, skills, and values that would not only positively influence one's destiny, but also that of society and the environment. Education, therefore, remains the only fundamental and sustainable intervention of building the country's abundant opportunities and achieve the transformational goal of Vision 2040. I want to repeat this, that education, therefore, remains the only fundamental and sustainable intervention of building Uganda's human resource capacity required to harness the country's abundant opportunities and achieve the transformational goal of Vision 2040. The Dean of Students has already alluded some of the laws that we need to be conversant with. But permit me to also inform you that the universities and other tertiary institutions establishment of the Mountain of the Mmu University Instrument 2022 is very important to this university because it gives the direction and the transformation for this university. And one section 6 of that statutory instrument, Clause 3, Part D, states that all students of the Mountain of the Mmu University who were admitted before the commencement of that law shall continue to be students of the university until such a time as the students shall complete their academic programs or opt out of the university. So in effect, whether you came in before the public dispensation or not, we are all now students of the public university. The guild president alluded some of the benefits that accrue to students being part of a public university. There are many, and indeed, as we go along, you shall realize that. But permit me to mention just a few. One of the benefits is the equitable access to public university, in that gender equity by providing the 1.5, most of you know that, to the girl child over and above the above point she attains at A level. That is bringing in equity. District quota system, the university will be able to benefit from that. And indeed the region will be able to benefit from that quota system. higher education student loan scheme is available for all the students. The second one is the quality adherence is observed in the public university. And as you have seen, we are trying to recruit the academia, the faculties, to make sure that we have more of the academic staff on full-time basis so that you students can benefit on that. The university, with time, is going to improve on the quality infrastructure and materials, support the teaching and learning processes. I heard from one of the submissions the issues of the laboratories. Indeed, during our first time when we came here, we toured the laboratories and we interfaced with one of the staff members here present about equipping those laboratories. I'm sure if all goes well, by third or fourth quarter, there will be some progress in that direction. The other benefit is the cost of education for privately sponsored students are subsidized and therefore less expensive compared to private universities. Yes, there is some discomfort on the fees you are paying and the expectation that they should go down by 100 shillings. That's what I heard someone say. So, I think that is something that we shall discuss as we go along. Just be comforted that we are here and we are here to look at all your problems and try to find solutions. But in general terms, a purely private university, compared to what we have here at Mountains of Mmu University, you'll find that our fees are not comparable to a purely private university. But we shall look at the issues we have raised later on. Lastly, students in public universities have got a brand in this country. If you are coming from a public university and another one is coming from a private university, the employers may wish to take up those who come from the public university. So there is the identity and the branding from a public university that should all try to take advantage of. Those are some of the benefits. There are many others, as you will see, student exchange programs, etc., etc. You enter public Mountains of Mmu University with high expectations. And your sponsors, guardians, parents, and well-wishers are looking forward to the